Hey, by the way, Morgan Brennan is she's on a flight. She might be coming here. I don't know. I'm just saying she could be coming. Let's just take a quick look. Oh man. No, man, it ain't FedEx. It ain't Morgan Brennan. One day she'll come by. She'll come by. One day she'll come by. It'll be great. Hey, welcome to the Closing Beat, everybody. Happy Wednesday. How you doing out there? Morgan Brennan, right? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's one that I hope one day she'll interview me on CNBC. I don't know why, because she's into the aviation stuff, but I like planes too. 21 Pilots, right? I like them. It's good stuff. Hey, welcome to our show here. If you know Morgan Brennan, maybe throw a thing out there. I'm willing to go on TV. We got the cameras. We can make it happen. Anyways, I hope you're having a good day. Thank you so much for joining us here, and welcome to our show. We're going to cover the stock market. Lots of good things going on here. And if you're interested, by the way, if you're one of our clients, every Thursday we do a class. Just our way of being financial advisors that stay in touch with you, let you know what's going on. And this week, we've got a very special sort of approach to what we're doing as far as taxes and the new tax proposals. And let's see what we got.
Rain Wealth, a show produced exclusively for our clients here at Jazz.
Oh, man. Look at that voice, man. One day I gotta have a voice like that. Hey, anyways, so we're gonna talk about how to get around some of the tax proposals as they stand. Look, right now everything's up in the air, but financial planners are all up in a bunch because they're like, what are we gonna do? Our high net worth clients, all of a sudden, they're calling them and stuff. We're gonna go through everything. We'll just cover what's currently on the table, show you what we're planning on doing for you if these things become a reality. Here's where we stand. We had, what was the initial plan was 2.25 trillion, some sort of weird number there. Republicans offered like 568 million. Biden came back, said, how about 1.8 trillion? Republicans are reportedly working on 1 trillion, but they're dissected at the moment. They're not quite there. There's a lot of specifics to it. So you got a lot of fighting going on there. We'll see what happens. But the stock market's waiting for that, right? Because there's nothing else. What else is the stock market have to all of a sudden say, I'm going to break out and head to new highs, or we're going to pull back, or whatever. Inflation's gone, like I said yesterday. All these catalysts that could be good or bad, they're just kind of gone. And so we're sort of melting into the summertime, right? I don't really have anything better for you there. If we look at the Russell, that was your clear leader today. It says, you know what? I can get over the 50-day moving average. It did. It closed above there solidly. It was a broad rally across the board. Small cap growth, index, and value, they all did well today. Solid rally all day and closed at the highs of the day. Puts it back in the lead year to date with gains of 14% year to date. If we go over to the NASDAQ, stayed positive all day, but not much. Kind of a quiet day. Again, looking for the catalyst. Give us something or I'm going to pull back. That's kind of what the NASDAQ's been saying there. A couple stocks that stand out. Peloton gets a boost from some analysts here today. That basically said this is a good pullback here. It's undervalued at this point. It's trading at 110 bucks, give or take. So looking good there, recovering from their whole catastrophe of those treadmills really hurting or killing people. You got a rally in Tesla today, 15 bucks as well. Actually, all the EV stocks, we'll cover that in a second. The problem with the NASDAQ is you had names like Microsoft. That one faded back a little bit. Amgen pulled back to the 200-day rate. You got Apple not really doing anything, snoozing there right at the 200-day. So those drags kind of offset the gains in the NASDAQ, and hence you get yourself sort of a quiet day. The S&P 500, there you go. Let's go over here to the S&P 500. So what do you want, right? It's just not much going on at the moment. It's up 12% year to date. Here's the thing, though. 12% year to date. Today is actually the 100th day, the 100th trading day in the stock market. So if you were to look at the S&P 500 and say, all right, the first 100 tradable days in a market, what does the stock market usually do? The S&P 500, 3.1%. That's the median return. We're at 12. So did we already just kind of make the gains for the year? Did we just get it out of the way early and the rest of the year sort of uneventful? Starting to feel like that. There's of course the summertime activity that's bleeding in there, making it a little difficult to figure out. But 3.1% is the median gain in the first 100 days. We're sitting at 12. So kind of makes you feel like we just did what we needed to do. That's 3 times more right? Or going over 3 times more than what we normally do. So, there's a little bit of question mark in the air right now. If we go over to the sectors here, take a look at what's going on. Energy bucking the trend again. And I say that because energy was up about 1% on the day, energy stocks, but oil itself, as one of the focus areas of energy, didn't do a whole lot. I mean, it's nice to see it recover from that recent pullback there, but it puts it back in this range. There's just not a lot there to grab onto. Now, today actually, or this weekend, marks the start of the summer driving season, right? And I talked about gas prices yesterday and all that good stuff. But if you look inside of oil and kind of the participants there, they're all rallying. They're giving you every opportunity to believe that oil is going to go higher rather than lower. So maybe get ready for that if you're going to go take a ride here for the Memorial Day weekend. XOP, another way to look at great reversal day right off the 20-day, erasing all of yesterday's losses. You've got OIH, oil service stocks, something similar there, not quite as strong, but just really not caring what oil's doing, saying, hey, we think you're going higher, so those stocks are going higher. It's attracting more money to that sector of the market. If you look over to consumer discretionary, that was your leader most of the day today. I believe energy took the top spot. If we were to take a look just at the sectors, where's energy? 0.93. Oh, no, it just barely edged out a gain there. It's up 7.5% year to date, and today, basically, it was all Ford. Huge day for Ford, 8.5% gains on the day, and Tesla as well. What we have going on here is it helps that Li Automotive, LI is a ticker symbol. A big day for them, up 14% on the day. They showed Lordstown Motors from yesterday. They showed you how to do it. You got revenues up 5 times more than expected. They're killing it over there. Remember, Lordstown got their numbers wrong. It's a big mess over there. But that helped a lot of the EV stocks, right? So you got Ford. We'll cover the news on that in a little bit, but all responding to what's going on in the discretionary space. That's largely the action there. Healthcare pulling back a little bit. Which is totally understandable. 9% gains in the last 3 months, which is basically all of its year-to-date gains coming in the last 3 months. That's above average. That's normal to see it pull back. If you like some healthcare stocks, you might like the Medtronics pullback in the middle of an uptrend. I mentioned Amgen a second ago, the pullback to the 200-day. Anything under that, you'd say, okay, that's a little bit of something there. And you've got Thermo Fisher giving you the pinch. Let me highlight this for you. You got this series of higher lows, so the bulls have a reason to get all excited. There you go. You got a series of lower highs, so the bears have something to get excited about. You break up above or below any one of those ranges, and you have essentially what you expect action-wise for the next move, right? So you can see by looking at that, though, you've got a little bit of time. If we bounce off of here and chop around a little bit, you're going days into the future here, so maybe even weeks. So I'll leave that there. We'll come back to this one and see. But if you're in the healthcare space and you like some of that stuff, it's a good time to go looking through and finding ideas. Consumer staples mostly focused today on Walgreens. Did you see the move in Walgreens there? So Walgreens actually gets a little bit from Amazon. CVS took a little bit of a beating here today. Amazon said that, it was reported that they may be looking to get into that physical pharmacy space. You could buy basic pills and stuff from Amazon, made by Amazon. Well, made by another company, but branded under Amazon. And so if they're going to get into the physical space of actually having pharmacies there, I don't know, that's something that happens. But Walgreens was one of the ones that got most of the focus there. It also doesn't help that they just recently lost their CFO to a new opportunity. Maybe he went to Amazon? I don't know. We'll see what happens there. So anyways, that's that one. Not a sector, but just want to point out retail. It's up 45% year-to-date. Retail stocks doing well. This is all GameStop in here, and honestly, a little bit of this here is now GameStop. You had broad rallies in a lot of different stocks today. Dick's Sporting Goods, 17%. That's earnings related there. They beat by $2.60, raised their guidance. Revenue's better than expected. They said people are out there getting back to playing sports. They need new bats. Those gloves have been sitting for a year and a half. Time to get back to work. Time to get back to kids playing sports and stuff. So Dick's Sporting Goods sticks out. GameStop, 16%. What are you guys doing there? And Party City, not often looked at, but a good 7% gain today. No real news, just a strong stock getting stronger, and you probably get why, right? With Party City, you're going to plan more parties and all that good stuff. Gold Winning streak ends today. 9-day winning streak there for gold. The record is 11, set back in January of 2018. This doesn't make it a bad play, right? You got the breakout. We talked about that. We posted that actually in our research site. If you're interested in the research site, you could join that. It's $13 a month if you want to just kind of participate in the research and see what we're looking at. Not so much a stock picking site or anything. We kind of have fun with the different data points, and we're trying to share some different things with you as well. Give you an idea where to look and how to look and maybe what to keep an eye on there. Also, not a sector, but the dollar. The dollar saying, I can do this. Don't you worry. I'm going to maybe try to come off this lows. Good reversal day today, but it's really slow moving currency there. What I want to point out is last 10 years. So take a look. Here's the last 5. 6. So we're trading in towards the lower end of a range, right? If I just go like this here and we zoom out a little bit, go back 10 years, what do we have? You could really simply right about the middle here and call that strong versus weak, right? Strong dollar, weak dollar, that's the whole argument here. Well, we went through this period of having the weak dollar and then, oh, strong dollar, yeah, let's go America, all this stuff. And now we're right at that decision line, basically right in there. Are we going to continue to have a strong dollar? Not likely. Or are we going to experience that weak dollar? What's the problem with the mic? Am I talking too loud? Let's see what's going on here. All right, let me know if it keeps up. We should be good there. Anyways, weak dollar, right? We're at that transition period, that transition phase of what could transition into that weak dollar, and we would approach it that way. Economists would start to talk about it that way. Anyways, that is the sector update there. Let's go on over to new highs and lows, man. Here's the thing about these. New highs and lows, you have less and less every day. You've got a smaller pocket of new highs and lows every single day. Notice that there's not many of them. You got 19 today. We had 29 yesterday, 23 the day before that, and so on and so on. But we're coming off this period of hundreds of new highs. So doesn't that kind of give you a picture of where the markets are at, really? Right? You've got this scenario of everybody's trending, killing it, killing it, killing it. All of a sudden, just a few killing it. What are you going to do? That's where we're at with these new highs and new lows. So it's a very tough list to look at right now. Let's go through. Let me change this back. Let's go through over here. We're going to take a look at News Corp. This stays on the list from the other day and yesterday. Possible breakout here and continuing to look like it's holding up strong there. Caesars with their Gwen Stefani enjoying that ride. That's a breakout here. Very calm breakout, but still got that there. EQR, we're going to head over to the REIT space. That's a breakout there, continuing to at least holding up about 1/3% gain on the day. Got to point out Norton LifeLock. Oh my God! Look at this. Norton LifeLock hitting new highs again. Online security, obviously a big concern there. And Arista, however you want to say it. The breakout continuing there. You want this to pull back a little, don't you? Give you a good couple days. Maybe the markets fall just a little bit. You're not getting it at the moment. And Clorox flirting with making new lows, but not officially making new lows here today. So that's really it as far as new highs. I don't have a lot to share. We could skip that section probably for the next couple days until that wakes back up again. That's all there is there. All right, stocks in the news. Here we go. We'll start with JP Morgan. Did you see that this morning? JP Morgan actually didn't do a whole lot of anything here today, but Elizabeth Warren trying to grill Jamie Dimon by saying, you had like $1.6, $1.8 billion in overdraft fees during the virus. Would you just like give that money back to people because they were on hard times, everything was going on, they shouldn't have paid those overdraft fees? Jamie Dimon says, well, we waived the fees for people that asked, they were struggling with that. And she goes, no, that's not the question. And she like berates the guy, right? And she's like, would you say right now that you would give back that $1.8 billion? And he goes, no. Which is right. As the primary ship driver of your business, you're not supposed to give money back if you don't have to. Then she asked, would any other banks that are on the line, Bank of America, I think Wells Fargo, would you guys commit to giving money back for those of you that charge those overdraft fees? They didn't say a word. There wasn't even a yes or no. Bottom line is you can't beat somebody into submission. She's so mean about that, man. It drives me crazy. And why should he give the money back, to be honest? Like, what's the point? You may feel like you deserve the money. We all hate overdraft fees, right? But what do you want? right? Call them and ask them to waive the fee. Any bank's happy to do that usually. But anyway, so that sort of got my day off started the wrong way. I'm like, man, you're picking on somebody first thing in the morning, man. Good for him for fighting back a little bit there. All right, Facebook in the news there. Financial Times reported that the European Union is going to actually launch a formal antitrust probe into the community, or into their online community. And also apparently Facebook is starting to label each individual user with different algorithms to determine all kinds of things. Where do you land politically? Where do you land financially? They've done that, actually. That's not new. Where do you land as far as religious beliefs? Do you like the vaccine? Will you take it? Will you not? Things like that. So they're trying to start building algorithms against you so that they can not probably direct better advertising, but also probably limit some of the things that are shared to other people. So does that get you fired up? I'm just reporting the news, man. Just bringing it to you for the day. AMC, hey, they're going to make some money. They have enough cash. I will give them that. They raised a lot of money during that last pop. Getting exciting again. You've got the AMC and the GME waking back up. You know why? I'll tell you why. Because Bitcoin's not doing anything. Bitcoin's lost interest for a while. All the Bitcoin traders are like, I need something else, man. Hey, I know. Let's go back to AMC and GameStop, man. That's fine. AMC's up 55% just this week to give you an idea of how things are going. That's impressive. Toll Brothers up 4% on the day. Toll Brothers revenue comes in 7% better than expected. Earnings beat by 24%. Their closings and their backlogs of orders, record highs, right? So good for Toll Brothers. We own it. Happy to see that. The one negative is their new orders are down. So if your backlogs are up and your closings are up, but your new orders are down, and it's not because of demand, that means that they're building less. And home builders are doing this. If you look into home builders right now, they're saying, we're not going to take the risk of building more. We're actually going to just stop kind of what we're doing, enjoy the demand and enjoy the higher prices. We'll build more later. Why would we take that risk now? Good for the stock, bad for those of you that want to buy a home or have a brand new one built because they're just going to keep raising prices, right? Raising prices because they can. That's what that news means there. What else do we have here? I'll take your questions if you happen to have any. We'll get over to that here in just a second. NVIDIA out with earnings after hours. Actually, a bunch of names. We'll cover that tomorrow. Dollar Tree, Medtronics, we mentioned a minute ago. They have earnings coming up. We've got Autodesk, Costco coming up. Salesforce.com will get the attention tomorrow. Ulta Salons, BMW. Yeah, and that's pretty much what we have there. Yeah, actually, I think I covered it there. So let's see. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to try to answer those for you. Let's see what we can do. Clorox on the free fall. I got a few questions on the Clorox. People saying, hey, it's a discount. It's consumer staple stock. Do I look at something like that? I wouldn't want to be the first, man. I wouldn't want to be the first to look at something like that. Nothing gets that stock to move higher. That's a tough one. I like it. Someone at your job told you AMC was going to 100,000. There's my response. A little laugh. Yep. A little bit of a laugh there. No. Yeah. I would, if there were a way to not you go crazy, I'll bet that guy the other side of that. Give me a deadline too. Like 100,000. It's going 100,000 by the end of the year. Was that worth a shot? It's not going to 100,000. No. Don't fight the Fed. Harry's got it, man. That's like, you could make a shirt out of that. We should make a shirt out of that. Don't fight the Fed. You went long on Alibaba. Hey, good for you. Okay, so you had a handful of those Chinese stocks pulling back just a little bit today. Pinduoduo and stuff like that. Alibaba, you like the idea of this finding a low. It's aggressive, right? I mean, it's aggressive. You got 212.50 there, looking for your long-term bounce. You can't. How can you argue with one saying, I've liked Alibaba, I got a 30% discount off of highs, I'll take a shot. It's a long-term investment. If you want to look out further, go a little bit further there. Great support, right? All this support in the 200 area there. You've likely got a little bit of wiggle room as far as you're not going to just bail if it falls $1. So I don't blame you. I don't blame you there. Yep. Victor's got some ENB long-term hold with support there. There you go. So well defined there is what you're looking at there. In the middle of an uptrend, of course, continuing the uptrend. There's a lot of stocks in this category doing the exact same thing. So a little bit of a question mark, right? Because here's a good pullback that didn't just bounce. Why? Why didn't it just bounce? A lot of names look like that right now. So you might have to have a little bit of patience there, but we'll see. Yeah, not bad. Okay, and probably you're adding to your position or something like that. Is it time to move back into growth tech stocks there? So that's the argument right now. It hasn't happened yet, but that's the argument with inflation rising and interest rates and stuff. Do I look towards that tech sort of area? I don't like Amazon, don't like Netflix. I think those are sort of coin flips at the moment. But is it time to start looking at that? Salesforce would be a good example of fundamentally indicating whether that's something you can start to look at. From a broad perspective, you're looking at things like the XLK. I can understand that argument there. You had your pullback, you got your opportunity. You may even get one little tiny one in from here, but I buy it. I buy the argument that that's somewhere to start looking. Have your watch list ready for sure, at least at the minimum. Hey, can I do a 403B conversion to a Roth? I'm above the Roth income restrictions. Can I do a conversion after you're retired? So if you're you're still employed, you can do a conversion if they'll allow it. Each plan's a little bit different there, whether they'll allow it or not. So can you do it? Yes. It's just your plan allow it. When you're retired, yes, you can do as much as you like. There's no limit to that. So no worries there. Yep. There you go. Cool one. Good question. Good question. Hey, while we're talking here, that's pretty much it, right? I think we pretty much got it covered for the day. Yeah, I think so. Hey, by the way, Ford, I was going to touch on that. They're going to increase their spending on electrifying their models by 36%. That's billions, tens of billions at that point. $20, $30 billion, that's an insane amount of money that they're doing. My question is, we better hope there's some semiconductors around for you, huh? Gotta have that. Hey, I'll wrap it up there, and before I go, I want to share a little clip with you of last time I got to play with old Duke Ellington back in the 60s. Enjoy.